Alrighty, guys, welcome. Tactical Tuesdays, a bit of a special one this evening. A couple of clans that haven't played together for a while, and of course versing the incredible Rusty in Places. Yes, but welcome. Saints S is here with one of the natural streamers, the recorders of CCFN. Good old Gek, how are you doing, my friend?
I am very, very well today, and I'm happy to see RIP facing off against sort of the some of the top shooters in the squad.
Yeah, I will agree there. And who are they versing this evening? So Rusty in Places playing the Russian forces for this round one. They are up against, of course, the United States Army, which being or compromising of the Mumbarines, Old Man Bring Death, Fear Academy, and the Redcoats. He's even a little logi trucking with Diego and Kojo. What are we playing, guys? Everyone's going to start heading out, but what are we playing? Eurivka AAS version 1. A very, very large map indeed. Hilo 10 is the US main spawn. First flag for the American forces, airfield, followed by a Central Novo, storage side, a South Petrivka, Northwest Petrivka, and the Russian spawning over on Charlie 3. Gek's going to be over on the Rusty in Places side for this round one. Americans already starting to head out. It's going to take a while. I will get a stream up and running to basically hear the squad leaders chatting away, but we have Gek. We have a lot of icons happening over on the western side of storage site for the American forces. Okay, and the basic icons that we're looking at is vehicle icons, enemy vehicle icons, and also to the south of storage site a friendly fog marker as well.
Like
Alrighty, guys, welcome. Tactical Tuesdays, a bit of a special one this evening. A couple of clans that
what are you streaming it through
haven't played together
CCFN
for
or
a while, and of course versing the incredible Rusty in Places. Yes,
Nice.
but welcome. Saints S is here with one of the natural streamers, the recorders of CCFN. Good old Gek, how are you doing, my friend?
I am very, very well today, and I'm happy to see RIP facing off against sort of the some of the top shooters in the squad.
Yeah, I will agree there. And who are they versing this evening? So Rusty in Places playing the Russian forces for this round one. They are up against, of course, the United States Army, which being or compromising of the Mumbarines, Old Man Bring Death, Fear Academy, and the Redcoats. He's even a little logi trucking with Diego and Kojo. What are we playing, guys? Everyone's going to start heading out, but what are we playing? Eurivka AAS version 1. A very, very large map indeed. Hilo 10 is the US main spawn. First flag for the American forces, airfield, followed by a Central Novo, storage side, a South Petrivka, Northwest Petrivka, and the Russian spawning over on Charlie 3. Gek's going to be over on the Rusty in Places side for this round one. Americans already starting to head out. It's going to take a while. I will get a stream up and running to basically hear the squad leaders chatting away, but we have Gek. We have a lot of icons happening over on the western side of storage site for the American forces. Okay, and the basic icons that we're looking at is vehicle icons, enemy vehicle icons, and also to the south of storage site a friendly fob marker as well.
Yeah, well, RIP have logis heading up towards the west side. I'm not exactly sure where they're headed, but I know for a fact, well, being a part of OMBD, I know they like to drop a fob on the sort of deep west side with vehicle repair stations down there, just to have sort of a stable base where their vehicles can return to. So, but it looks like RIP sort of kind of doing something like that, because that logi is flanking hard. Nope, it's not the logi. That is a BTR-82A. And this is, I mentioned to you earlier, before we started casting, that I feel like Russians have an advantage on this map. And if you look at sort of the spread here near storage, I feel like Russians are further advanced, and they already have a Logi on there, and the U.S. Humvees haven't managed yet.
Yeah, so we have just on the southern compounds of Storage, Fear Academy now dropping off their group transporter. Basically, the whole of Fear Academy now getting out there. On the south side, we are going to see Mummarines and also Rusting Places now come into contact in that northeastern side of the compound of the north of Storage site.
Oh, and Mummarines pushing in very, very hard. Already getting the first guy to sort of step in their path.
Yeah, it's already casualties for the Rusty in Places guys. We do have medics already on standby. Dominator, I believe, just bandaging some of the guys up and waiting for the medics. Mummarines really pushing in here to the northeast. There's also, I believe, there's a bit of a vehicle warfare happening out on the western side as well.
It's okay.
Oh, absolutely. It looks like maybe RIP already losing one BTR 82A.
Yeah, that is correct. And maybe also a striker there from the United States as well. Looks
Absolutely.
like still
But a
another.
striker for an 82A is a very, very nice trade.
Alright, so out on the west side already some casualties in terms of their vehicles.
No, we're holding that storage site.
Yeah. You know, if you get pushed super duper hard near the FOB.
We're taking it. We're taking down enemy rallies now.
Mummarines still alive on that north compound. Directly to their south side, they do have the Redcoats. It is close quarter battles happening on that north side storage site.
Yeah, the second man can take that lodge and resupply.
Oh, Nordic doing damage right here. My goodness.
Wow,
Yeah, the second man we're forming on the half.
that's a lot of dead. That's
This is sort of
I'm putting a half down.
I mean, RIP extremely good tactically. Not the greatest, like, they're not bad shooters, I'm not saying that, but they are not on top there, and Mummarines among the top shooters, as well as FA, OMBD, not shabby either.
Wait, can we stop sending one guy to South?
And this is sort of the result of that, like, all resistance has just been crushed, basically.
yeah,
So
it's
your tactics can do whatever you want, but if you just get rolled over...
yeah. I will agree on that in terms of the I guess close quarter combat and basically kills wise. I would agree that Rusting Places aren't so much in terms of the close quarter combats. Strategically though, when they work together, yeah, they're definitely one up there. But when you're up against sort of Redcoats and Mummarines up on these compounds, it's going to be just a bit hard, as you say, you know, these top shooters against these top strategists in a sense.
You can keep using your vehicle.
Absolutely, and I also had a conversation about this and how tactically strong RIP actually is, and I said, like, you can counter their strategy, or you can basically deny them a victory in every engagement, and both of those things will get you the win. But right now, RIP still holding. They're losing their first fob, or it's already been lost. They've dropped a second one already.
Yeah, a nice little push here. Looks like in terms of the Redcoats, they're split up in two fire teams. So basically, you have the northern compound northeast section. We do have the Redcoats there in their fire team number 1, and fire team number 2 now coming up over on the sort of southwestern side, southwest of storage here, along with the Fear Academy guys clearing out those compounds. And basically, I would confirm that storage under Americans' control.
Okay.
Yep, and second BTR going down for RIP as well. Really, really nice vehicle control here from OMBD. They appear to be doing some Wolfpack strategies.
Enemy machine gun markers.
Yeah, just happening out over on this sort of eastern side. Sticking together here, what's Soda Mel from OMBD, as well as Robbie and I can't see the other two names, but yes, these guys out on that sort of eastern side storage, just keeping it nice and protected, of course, with the Russian vehicles.
Yeah,
can be devastating indeed, but it looks like
yeah,
yes.
you just you deny the enemy that sort of control element, right?
Yes.
Because the vehicles are all about controlling areas where the enemy can and cannot be.
Blue rising smoke, enemy contact.
And here goes a
inside,
Logi on the west
storage,
side.
northwest
Yep.
storage.
And that Logi was supposed to supply that FOB, and it's not happening,
Logi
so they
destroyed.
now...
Beautiful.
Yeah, all member in death, basically the mechanized squad for the American forces controlling all vehicles indeed, allowing for the Redcoats, Fear Academy, and Mummarines to get in on foot.
You guys can move out of it.
I guess in terms of sort of having a look at the map and who's controlling, constant logistics trucks for the American forces heading backwards and forwards from storage site, airfield, Central Novo, storage site captured by the American forces, South Petrovka and Northwest Petrovka only captured by the Russian forces here, having a look around about 10 minutes or coming into 10 minutes, 458 tickets for the United States forces, and for the Russian ground forces, 373 tickets. So we are looking at not a great gap, but we will have to see sort of Rusting Places now sort of picking it up and just sort of seeing how or what they can do or the commanders over there can do and really bringing a shock treatment to the American forces.
Yeah, but now the rush is over. I feel like now strategy has more of a place in this match. And another thing I want to add as well, the ticket difference here is pretty much exactly a BTR and a 82A.
There you
So
go.
the vehicles, but then again, they did also lose a striker, which is not accounted in. So it's, I mean, they have a slight upper hand on kills as well, I can tell. Yeah, 20 kill advantage for the US side.
So we are seeing quite a number of the Rusting Places guys just down over towards Southwest Petrovka, basically heading out towards the sort of southeastern side, if I'm not mistaken here. Usually we kind of see, in terms of when Rusting Places play, when they sort of are feeling the back foot, they will just go into a full defensive mode, and they sort of won't attack and allow the enemies to come to them. I think, personally, I think that's a great tactic, and because Rusting Places just have that patience within them, and you might even see the American forces become a bit impatient and sort of break strategy. So we'll soon see what Rusting Places, having this sort of, losing that storage site. They only got 2 flags sort of in play compared to the 3 flags to the American forces. I guess we'll soon see what Rusting Places are sort of considering on doing here. Yeah,
and I mean, the fact that this is slowing down and the fact that they are getting some breathing room, I would say, plays into RIP's hands.
Yep.
A slow game is more their style. I mean, you have to be a part of the initial rush. You cannot give that advantage to the enemy. But now that it's already been lost, you can sort of slow down and you can have a think about what you want to do. And I think Winsky is commanding this round as well. Last time I saw him commanding, he did a tremendous job. So I would not be surprised to see just solid fob placements and keeping your infantry supplied. And sure, they might be down on kills, but they will eventually overrun the enemy, and they will find their fobs. They will take out their fobs, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that's sort of just consistent and smart squad placement and play is sort of what they do.
Yeah, in terms of communication over here on the American, I guess the American forces side, beautiful communications through with the SLs happening here. It looks like out towards the west side of Southwest Petrovka. Looks like the American forces, 3 American forces here in a Humvee.
Yeah, it took some shots here from what sounded like a 30mm.
Yeah, just over towards Northwest Petrovka, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't, like, if you get, I think it's 2 hits and the Humvee goes, it takes literally next to nothing of that 30mm. Couldn't tell you where that thing was, though. Oh, it's way up, it's up north on the road there.
Yeah. Just within your position now, so yeah, Northwest Petrovka there. We are seeing also a American vehicle, just on Echo 4 keypad 7, playing it, I'm not too sure In
Alright, once we resupply, get a ammo crate up
yeah,
here,
all
we
the way
will
over
take
there.
the transport and move
Yeah.
to South
It
Patricia.
might be sort of like they're just
We got enemy
holding
BTR
up
northwest
for
from storage side.
and looking for lodges because these
Moving
things are really
southwest.
nice for scouting. It's the fastest vehicle
It's
on
gonna
the
be
map
down on
right
west side.
now.
yeah.
So I mean, for that reason alone, it's a decent scout, and it's 12 tickets, so it's not really a huge loss.
They are stating there is a BTR on storage
BTR
or
from
heading
west
over
side.
towards storage. They said
Yeah.
northwest. Can you confirm that for the for the
Well-
Russians?
Sure, there are BTRs northwest of their position because that's Russian main, and they are heading out right now. But if they're heading for storage, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. There
But
was
there's no BTR passing them.
Yeah.
It's just BTRs on main.
Is that accurate spot on Brown
And
6?
right now it's heading right for them, so
Not
if they're
sure.
spotted,
One of my guys seen it,
they are
but
in
not sure.
trouble.
Strikers back
And it
in
is
main
now
base, what do
looking
we come?
directly at them. But I don't think they've been spotted. They're sort of in a little bit of a ditch there. A hideout.
very smart from the American forces here. On top of the silos on the north side of the compound, they've actually placed pillboxes, MG nests. We do have Redcoats fire team 1 and 2 creating MG nests on top of the silos of the storage site. Quite glorious indeed. I've actually never seen that happen before. Just having a look over towards the northern side here. Northwest Petrufica seems quiet indeed. No Russian forces on there.
Enemy-
Rusty in places now.
Enemy fob truck on Delta 9. Enemy fob truck, Delta 9.
Yeah, I really think they're content just not attacking. I mean, not RIP, but the U.S. side
Alright, Mumbles
seems to
leaving
just be focusing on this defense.
South
They know that
Pacific
if they hold this and don't lose their
Copy that, Rebels will
vehicles,
stay.
they should be fine.
Yeah. Fear Academy here were just stating there was an enemy fob truck on Delta 9. Delta
no,
9
supply
would be
the, storage
towards the
first. I'll
deep
upgrade
south
your rallies.
of the storage. Could you confirm that for the Russian side?
Yes, I
really
can
fast, huh?
confirm that.
No.
And the fact that that's been spotted is devastating for RIP because that's supposed to be a sneaky little fob there.
Yeah, it is
There.
it is getting pursued here by a striker. So that
Yeah, it's not long for this world. I mean, and that is, yeah, there's just no way. And that's Winsky as well. No, that's Willem.
that's
Never mind.
Willem in that one, yep. Yeah, it's a bit of a sentry unit out here with the old Membering Death, Soda and Mel here, trying to find out where that sort of fob location is. And that fob truck is going to head all the way over towards the sort of eastern side, west side of the airfield. But we do have a Humvee, I think, has spotted it, Robbie.
Yeah.
And here we
like
go.
I said,
Enemy launcher is spotted.
he's not going to be happy about that. And there's just no escape. You cannot outrun a Humvee.
Enemy troops on north side of airfield.
And now, oh, it's Diego and Elagi as well. In pursuit.
Yeah, they also have spotted towards the north side of storage, if I'm not mistaken, some Russian forces there.
Yeah, that is true. But this
Possible
Logi is
enemy
actually
vehicle.
now, if it can just survive for another couple hundred meters,
Possible vehicle
I sense an
goes
ambush.
T3.
I sense an ambush.
It's marked on the
there
map.
is an ambush,
Thank you.
and there is also an FOB over there. So, if this Logi could just supply it, that's really it. And especially if
Wow,
they can kill that
beautiful
Humvee
driving
first.
here from Willem as well.
Now supplied. Hopefully that Humvee hasn't noticed.
Yeah, cat and mouse happening here. That Logi now, I believe, getting away. Unfortunately there for the Hummer. Oh, look at that ninja. Look at that ninja effect there from Rusty in places. They're beautiful with the Hummer. I'm sure when the old Membering Death watch this back, they'll be like, wow.
Yeah.
That was close.
And this Logi, Willem just stepping out of it. I'm not sure. Oh, you're gonna regret that, Willem.
Oh no. Here we go, Striker
Yeah,
and
I think
Logi.
he wants to save it,
Yeah.
but there's just no saving it right now. They didn't see me. That's what he's saying.
And there goes
And there we
another
go.
Logi there. And just out on the eastern side, we do have ACO there. Rusty in places. ACO is a
Further northeast.
LAT
Watch
or
out for that
RPG.
transport.
I can actually tell
Yep.
by his gear that he has in, so he's already has that.
Yeah, but I mean, if he is alone, he's better off not shooting.
Yeah.
Better off not alert, because you're not going to destroy a striker with 2 hits.
They got a
The
full
Humvee
officer
maybe,
from now. We
or
can't
the
seem to
Humvee
find it.
possibly.
Should we have signal?
If you hit it with both, you'll get it, but it's 12 tickets. Is it really worth exposing yourself, you know?
Let's scout it out, dude.
And just having a look at the tickets now, so it is coming up to around about sort of 20 minutes of play. United States Army, 458 tickets compared to the Russian ground forces for Rusty in places, 298 tickets. Okay, so we are seeing a large gap sort of happening here. But slow and steady sort of wins the race. But we are seeing, 458 tickets, 500 sort of a ticket map. We've only seen a loss of around about, 42 tickets, if I'm not mistaken, from the American Army forces.
Yep.
So,
And 100 and, what? That's 100 and,
to find the phone one.
62 ticket difference.
yeah.
If my math is alright, which it might be.
We are going to see a bit of an attack squad here. If you do open up your map, Gek, on Golf 4, keypad 7-8, we do have a Squad 1 Marines for the United States Forces out towards the northeastern side of South Petrivka. They are possibly planning a bit of an attack on the South Petrivka. So we'll soon see what happens there.
Oh, right there. Oh,
Yeah.
nice. That is a solid flank. Actually, that's pretty much the weakest point of this entire ensemble, especially the way they're coming up very, very close and behind
They keep
two
flanking
really
with
expensive
dodgy flank
vehicles here, the
far west and
BTR
right.
and the
We're just gonna
82A.
be chasing those fuckers down.
I'll start heading up there
Continue.
now just to go check it out, just to see what happens here. But Rusty in places is just going to play it slow and steady, if my understanding is correctly, just out towards the south of Petrivka. All they're doing is just lining up in 1 or 2 man groups, just to make sure they aren't getting flanked. But the flank that Marines would have taken would have been a deep flank indeed. So we'll see sort of what the Marines do and what, I guess, the command of Rusty in places will do as well. Will they pull their forces back to sort of secure South Petrivka, or will they just allow their guys around that vicinity to handle it?
Gonna be interesting. I really wonder what the plan is behind this. I think maybe they're testing the defenses. I'm unsure.
It's a common move from Marines. Well, what I've observed of Marines, they're an attacking force. They're not a defending force. They're going to be if it's going to be like a 4v1 or a 4v4 or whatever. They're the ones that are going to say, yeah, I'll let me go on the attack here. Please let me go on the attack. So they're the ones, that would in essence sort of test the water out, see how they're doing, and if they can take it themselves, then that just puts more morale in them, and they'll allow the other sort of three clans
You want a lift?
to sort of to stay back there.
Yeah.
Copy.
There is one on a...
There is a
Okay,
fob
right
located. Yeah, there is a fob located up here as well on Golf.
There's an abandoned truck at
Golf 3
Charlie
keypads 2,
Enemy
3, and on the
transport
line
now
of that.
south.
No. What? He's still alive?
Yeah,
But
Alright,
no, yeah,
so
but
there.
but no hab actually been built
but
just
Bravo
yet.
4, Bravo 5.
Yeah. And I mean that is just a transport truck,
Yeah.
so and I think we have RIP members already seeing the transport truck.
Hey,
They're
the truck
definitely going to check that area out. So that fob
What?
is if the attack keeps going the way it's going,
Yeah.
that fob is not going to last very long.
Yeah, Mark in essence here, if my understanding would be correct, that he's just going to observe. He's just going to get it, and allow his guys or the rest of his guys to sort of push up instead of running in there and going Rambo. He's going to be a bit patient here, sort of scout the outside areas, and then, allow his guys to then
need to pick up
slowly
a
start to
start-
come on in.
Towards South Protective.
I mean, Marines, despite being
can make a
completely
call
surrounded,
on the
haven't
G3 if
done
you want.
a
Oh, you mean a hub?
terrible job. They've
Uh,
basically just
No,
they're
don't
sitting
worry.
on what they have.
Yeah.
Don't yet. We might
Right,
lose
they're
that
not
one.
moving out because that's just death.
Get me a striker.
They've now spotted the FOB.
Yeah, so with that FOB spotted, it is actually, they have to be quite careful, Mumbarines here, especially Koyo. Just on Hilo 4, keypad 9, a Logi truck coming in from that way, and that is going to be the Mumbarines
Oh,
Logi to get that sort of activated.
Oh yeah.
Mark beautifully taking down Assy out towards the western side of that fob location. Cola now coming up, getting suppressed here. 2 shots on Mark. Mark goes down. He's still
No, Mark is
alive.
up.
Yeah, he's gone prone. He's running away. Scout happening up towards the northwestern
Nice,
region.
Strikers,
Mark
we
now
pick up
going
in the western
down.
side of storage.
We are going to see a bit of a bandaging happening here from Jack from Rusty in places.
Coming
Squad
pick up.
3, if you want to move out, you can go ahead and move out.
And now they're asking for assist. They realize that this FOB is here for a reason,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, they look like they're going to need
they're
assistance
probably going
at
to
South
get it
Patrifica.
right quick.
Okay, we're moving.
Derwinski is
We'll call you back if we have
commanding
any
a squad
trouble.
to do it right now,
You need
and
transport.
Kojo trying to just sneaky
No, I have my
get
own
in
truck.
there. But
good job,
what
good job.
I'm wondering
We
about,
got
like,
enemy
who is
force
the squad
on
leader
Central
of
Nova.
that
Also
squad?
have enemy vehicles there.
Is he
Of-
still
But I'm
alive?
guessing you're
Of
saying-
Mumbarines, no. Nordic,
of the Mumbarine
yeah.
squad.
Nordic is currently down at the moment. He's actually spawned back over at the
No,
the
they were
storage
killed.
sites,
I'm the
and
one
I
who sent
believe
the
he
guy
may
to
be
manage.
getting a
You see,
lift
Robbie?
all the way back up towards
Yeah.
that sort of section now.
Because that's the problem. Like they got so close that any sort of rally point that was dropped there is now gone,
Yeah,
and he's stranded. So even if that fob is supplied,
yeah, which it is now. It has been supplied by the Mumbarines with that fob now. So it could be the case, and I'm only just assuming now. I'm trying to listen to squad comms to see what they might be thinking. We are going to see Colin and sort of Tegan here sort of protect that fob location, but we are going to see
Saying you cannot vehicles around South Patrifica?
on
You haven't
south side of Northwest Patrifica, we are going to see
There's
Nordic
a-
squad.
There's a BTR at least. Normal.
So
BTR 80.
south side of Northwest Patrifica, Nordic
use an
squad
anchor.
there
Okay, now we'll fuck it up.
I have no clue where it is.
has just
and
been
I
dropped off with
The
the
marker
striker.
in Foxtrot 4 was accurate.
yeah, there you go.
It's a nice little transportation here. It looks like one acting as a transporter, one acting as sort of as a bodyguard. So 2 strikers there, Old Man Bring Death, being the sort of mechanized force for the American forces for this round. Sort of coming up, 435 tickets for the American forces, followed by the ground forces of the Russian Federation, 251 tickets. So we are seeing that sort of slow bleed in a sense.
Yeah, it has been building, and it's closing on a 200 ticket difference, which is that's when it starts to get serious. To
Yeah.
put it that way, you have to do something drastic to sort of catch up that kind of a differential.
Yeah, you are going to see sort of the Rusty in place. I don't know how
North side
they.
of storage station.
I don't know how.
Site, we have 2 repair stations you guys can fall back on.
Oh, sorry. Just
have
I
got
thought there was going to be an attack on storage there, and there is actually
from south.
southwest side. There is going to be a bit of an attack on storage.
Oh,
Yeah, I just had a look then. But what I was going to sort of state here, Rusty in places could be in a bit of a pickle, and it's the case that okay, do we just lose round 1, but try to minimize those tickets so round 2 sort of comes out that we can. We can sort of get a close game. And this is devastating happening on the southwestern side here.
Yeah,
Large
yeah,
number of
they're-
rusting
they're-
places going down there.
Absolutely, and it's just these 2 vehicles on hilltops just sniping them down, and it is
The Humvee has sent it over. If it's
absolutely
damaged, tell them to pull up to the
devastating.
north
How
Wow.
are you?
storage
How are
site to
you? You
repair.
can't, like, even if you throw smoke grenades,
boom
you
back.
just can't. Sort of because it's the distance is too
Oh,
far, the
yeah,
ground
they're
is too
close.
open.
Yep.
That striker's just looking right at
Oh,
you.
that was fucking ridiculous.
Wow.
Enemy BT on northwest of storage. We're pursuing with the
Yeah,
strikers.
that was beautifully spotted there from the sort of American forces happening in that sort of southwest attack.
Copy that.
Again, beautiful mechanized squad here from Old Man Bring Death, sort of going around the storage site. And taking around about sort of 80% of those forces down with Rusty in places attack squad here. We are going to see possible wolf pack
Nordic
happening.
moving in now.
West side, possible wolf pack.
All right. Yeah, Nordic is. Ooh, wow. Yeah, I see.
Yep.
Nordic is moving in on West Patrifica as well, getting close to that hub.
So I'm just gonna sort of stay fixated
Sounds
on
good,
here.
yeah.
This striker, I believe, possible wolf pack happening here with Rusty in places. Of course, wolf pack meaning 3 vehicles, sort of against
so,
the one.
So close to that striker, and now stopping. They've spotted him.
Gapping south Patricia.
Island, can you...
Rod.
Oh, and that striker's gonna go. There's just no way.
Yeah, so that's I believe that striker will go down eventually, but they have to be careful of this bit of attack squad out towards the northwestern region. Old Man Bring Death's other striker, if I'm not mistaken. Also, here we go. We're getting a full mechanized warfare happening here. We're getting two more vehicles happening to the north. There goes one striker happening over towards the sort of southwestern region. Jarl and Maverick here going to come under with Kyle and Lempo. Holy crap. Standard BTR.
Three of them.
And the 82A compete though.
Losing solvent.
That magazine needs to reload now.
BTR now. Standard BTR going away. There goes another American vehicle now down.
Yeah, we got a northern public storage site.
Oh, but they have good cover in those woods.
On the southwest.
And with the Humvees coming in as well.
Holy shit.
There
We
we
flipped
go.
the good side.
That's all three of them.
No, we're still.
Still one BTR located out towards the western side.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's one BTR got away. Oh yeah. He's right
Yep.
there.
He's on fire. He's on.
Yeah, he
Might
needs
need
to
a
just
striker on
leg
the
it
southern
if he
side
Yeah.
of
can.
storage site, just keep
We
an eye
are
on
looking.
Humvees there.
So we are looking from that 350 tickets for the American forces, 150 tickets for the Russian ground forces, just because of that little engagement happening there. We are going to see the striker Soda Meld go after that BTR. I'm going to sort of stick with them and see how they go. But down towards that western side, we have Bobbly Swagger. I don't know what Bobbly Swagger is in.
He is usually in a logi.
Yep, so he's going to stay in that logi.
Oh my god, we lost or we missed the entire attack over here.
I'm sorry, of course, to those that are going to watch this. That was the first engagement of vehicle warfare on that sort of larger scale that I've seen, so I think that's monumentous.
Sorry, yeah, it's neutral now. I had a lot of fighting.
Absolutely. There are a lot of FOVs here to resupply this, but I mean, Mumblerines are sitting tight here.
And also, just an update over there, Gek, Old Man Bring Death, Soda and Mel in the striker are on fire, a lot of fire, against sort of the standard BTRs, Jarl and Maverick from Rusty in Places.
I flipped the truck back, so it should be alive still.
Hang on.
I'll say.
So the BTR's just shooting behind
for
him.
information. They did a triple BTR Russian southwest.
It looks like Bobbly Swagger now coming under contact with the Humvee.
Yeah, copy.
Oh yeah.
Old Man Bring Death everywhere over the map with this sort of mechanized squad that Old Man Bring Death are bringing to Rusty in Places. Rusty in Places just can't find a little section, but happening on the south side of storage, there goes the boom. Bobbly Swaggers
Yeah, but
Logi
he
now
managed
down.
to supply. He managed to supply. He was close enough.
Copy.
And they are building habs on storage now.
Yeah, so we are sort of seeing now storage the defense point, neutralization of South sort of Petrivka. I'm just trying to sort of catch up with everything that's sort of happened here. Rusty in Places is going to try and control the south side of the storage side, the northern side, Rusty, the Redcoats, both fire teams will sort of secure that. I'm just going to head over towards the sort of southwest Petrivka, or South Petrivka, to see how that is going.
Yeah, but this is actually, US now capturing South Pacifica. I mean, they have a lot of FOBs and possibility of multiple attack angles here. But the problem is they're just getting denied completely trying to get in here.
Yeah.
And with FA on the southeast side as well.
Yeah, south the
on flag.
Fear Academy now sort of put that south sort of east side. They're going to give a bit of reinforcements to the Mumbarines on that east side of South Petrivka. Having a look now, of course, with the capture of that flag, 291 tickets for the United States Army compared to the Russian ground forces of 84 tickets. Flags captured for the American Army this evening. Air Force, Central Novo Storage, and the newly capped South Petrivka.
Pick up on the west side of storage site, northern west side, on the fob mark.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll get a strike.
Right, so everyone's now converging on Northwest Petrivka. They realize they need to recap, or this is going to be a big loss. And I think,
That's a negative on Crescent
nearly
right now.
regardless of what
We
they
only have one
do, I
striker
mean,
and he's heavily wounded.
anything close to a 300 ticket win
Once you're ready, we'll
is
pull back.
pretty
Thank you.
decisive.
Yeah.
I'll
copy, let me
probably
know.
just start moving right away.
That's going to be tricky to sort of come back from, and honestly, with me thinking Russian side have some sort of advantage here. Now another vehicle fight happening on the northwest side here.
West Petrivka.
Looks like it's going to be a Humvee versus an
Right,
MTLB,
get
but
ready to pick Mumbles up then.
they've got LATs on that. Yeah, this MTLB.
Wow, yeah, I just captured that last little
I'm gonna
glimpse.
get that transport truck northeast of
Yeah.
you for you. Hold on.
That's going to take it down to
Thank you.
25 tickets for the Russian ground forces. Still 290 tickets for the United States Army.
And I mean, hang on. I wanna actually figure out how many vehicles, like how many tickets
Oh.
did
I'll
they
send the
actually
transport back to
lose
you,
just
RedCoats.
vehicles alone?
Sorry.
Because that's a big number. That's more than 150 tickets is my guess. Let me get my calculator up.
Enemy 30 west of north.
Go.
Coast.
Here.
Grab
Back
the
to
pickup
recording.
At,
There we go.
At the front of marker.
So we've got
Fast station. You got
how
pickup
many?
from
Is it
Ian
40
and
tickets for the
30 seconds.
82A?
The new BTR, correct.
Here's the new Bob
Alright.
marker. We got Bob wires they're blocking. We have an opening here.
They lost 3 standard BTRs, I think, and 1 MTLB, and then at least 3 Logis. So that's another 24. So 219 tickets, roughly.
Youch.
Yeah,
Come on,
that's pretty
follow me,
bad.
Bishop.
Coming.
There we have it, 278 ticket win there for the United States Army. That's going to be Fear Academy Redcoats, Mumblemarines, and Old Man Bring Death. Beautiful. Against sort of Rusty in
enough.
places. We're going to see how sort of round 2 picks it up.
Where were they?
Yeah. And I
were
think
like- they were
RIP
transit-
needs
oh,
to. They need to change it up. They need to think of
We shot a lot
something.
of fucking vehicles. Like flank
Something
vehicles,
clever.
probably.
Yeah.
I couldn't
Beautiful
tell you what it
vehicle
is,
sport.
but they need to bring the
Good
pain.
infantry fighting.
Yeah,
Good
so
infantry completely.
in terms of the sort of kills, deaths, 86 kills for the American forces, 37 deaths, 35 kills for the Russian ground forces, and 86 deaths for the for Rusty in places there. Everything else was sort of taking of flags and vehicles, sort of
Yeah, it's a little
takedowns
bit of
there.
ticket bleed, and honestly, the majority of that was just vehicles. Losing vehicles cost them, because the ticket difference was. I think it's like when it says one team has 290 tickets, the other team has 12. That's because those 12 haven't ticked down yet, right?
Yeah, yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
So they won by 290 tickets,
Correct.
and then like at least 200 of them, because my memory could be faulty. There could be a BTR plus minus. I don't know. So at least 200 tickets in vehicle deaths. So that's still 90 tickets in like bleed and kill difference. I mean, the majority of that was just losing material.
Yeah, it's
That's version 9 for you. to be
That's
honest.
that's a beautiful representation of sort of what version 9 has sort of given us there. You know, American forces, everyone diverging on that sort of storage side at the start, and then it was just sort of, okay, let's secure it. Let's get eyes on every single sort of direction. Old Man Bring Death mechanizing basically around the compound, not even venturing out. That allowed basically for Rusty in places to head on back over towards sort of South Petrivka. And then with sort of South Petrivka, they just sort of stayed in that zone, and then a bit of a sneaky flank there from Mumblemarines to sort of head up towards the northeastern side of South Petrivka. Of course, placing a fob up there, and then the next sort of instance that we saw was, you know, Mumblemarines sort of spawning back over its storage and then heading over and sort of coming into the western side of sort of South Petrivka. And then the next momentous sort of thing that I've never seen on a large scale before was that sort of mechanized battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never
And-
sort of seen that before.
And it's pretty big as well. Like in those minutes, they got one 82A, and then they got one standard BTR. The third one escaped, from what I can remember. But they also got a Logi, which was around the same area, and that's like what? That's 80 tickets,
Yeah.
right? That's pretty big. That's significant enough to dedicate a lot of forces to. But they had like
Yeah.
6 guys, one squad doing that. It's pretty impressive.
That's
be
very
honest, yeah.
yeah, very impressive there, sort of from the American forces. We'll see how they go sort of on the Russian forces. But yes, I'll be ending the video here, and there'll be a new video for round 2 happening. We're gonna see the Mumbarines, Old Man Bring Death, Fear Academy, and Redcoats. They're gonna be the Russian ground forces for round 2, and we're gonna see Rusty and Places go on the American forces side, and we'll see with the 290 ticket loss in that round 1. Of course, they have to win it by, let's say, 300 in a sense. But
Yeah.
what can they sort of come up with strategically to sort of get this rolling for them and sort of take out Tactical Tuesdays for Rusty in Places? If not, we will see Old Man Bring Death, Fear Academy, Mumbarines, and Redcoats take out today's Tactical Tuesdays. We'll be back very shortly. Catch you later.
Later.
Hello and welcome to round 2, Tactical Tuesday. A bit of a special sort of event today. It's really good to see the Coalition sort of back in action. We saw them in round 1 sort of take it out with 290 tickets, and the Coalition we are talking about is good old Fear Academy, the Redcoats, Mumbarines, and Old Man Bring Death. It's good to see these boys sort of playing together again up against the mighty Rusty in Places. The American forces last round being the Coalition, winning by 290 tickets. Compared to, of course, Rusty in Places, unfortunately losing. A lot of mechanized battling sort of happening last round, and we'll sort of see what comes out of this round. Joining me with me today is, of course, good old the natural Gek. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm alright. I'm just looking at the clusterfuck that is the Russian side right now.
Yeah.
They can't really agree on who goes in which vehicle, but now they seem to have figured it out. It was just 2 transport vehicles that were being fought over here.
Well, Rusty in Places already in every sort of vehicle imaginable for the American forces are going to start heading out. I'm going to create a stream right now just to see what the tactic is for Rusty in Places. We saw just at the start of last round, in round 1, we did see a lot of battling happening over sort of storage sites, and then later on we sort of saw the south side or southwest of storage site and South Petrivka, a lot of fight happening there, and that sort of concluded round 1 for us. We will see now, sort of with 290 tickets, they have to sort of think about Rusty in Places here. Winning by at least 291 tickets would be ideal. 320 would be magnificent for Rusty in Places if they win by that to take out the whole of Tactical Tuesday. But we'll soon see. We can't read the future. But in terms of the Rusty in Places sort of tactics, what they're going to be doing, Gek, if my understanding is correctly, on Echo 7 south side of storage, we are going to see a bit of friendly fob action for Rusty in Places happening down there.
Yeah, on the Russian side, they're dropping the FOB on the north side, just north of the tanks, in the open, it seems, with vehicle support on the north side. So if infantry tries to get to that FOB, they're going to have some heavy fire coming their way.
Yeah, Roger Dodger. So we already see the Americans sort of up towards the northern side now starting to come in. I think I can see sort of Fear Academy all the way sort of the western side of the north compound. Again, transport truck we saw previously in round 1 up towards the sort of direct north face. I think Redcoats are up there in their transporter trucker as well. And on the outskirts, if I'm not mistaken, a bit of that sort of newish 40 ticket BTRs happening on the northwestern side. Happening on the south side, Rusty in Places, a lot of their guys, around about 90% of their guys actually on the east or southeastern side, now pushing across the roads.
Enemy transport truck in.
And we'll sort of see what this what it plays out.
And
Wow, close engagement here. Rusty in places and the Mumbarines happening on the south side compounds.
oh my god. Yeah, they just drove right in there, but they're losing a lot of guys. And they're in the open. One grenade and you get, oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
nice little GL there from Geordie there from Rusty in places. So,
Didn't rush.
I think, oh, another one, beautiful there.
Yeah.
Geordie goes down himself, so we are going to just see Nordic, the squad leader, left alive, as well as Deceptious there for them out on that sort of western side. Fear Academy out on that southwestern side of storage, happening up towards the northeastern side. It's a bit of a battle of the Redcoats and Rusty in places happening up here.
And the fact that Nordic survived that is huge as well. Now he
Yeah.
drops a rally. The rest of the squad comes back in.
And we are going to see a hab already built on the, I believe, sort of southeast-ish close walls side of the storage for Rusty in places. That's going to be a 4-banner hab built on there. We are going to see Gek, don't have to go away just a minute, but Alpha 7 and 8 at large, flanked by Rusty in places. They're going to send their mechanized squads out towards the deep western side, but it's all the battle's all happening on the storage site as we sort of speak here. Who do I focus on, the north or the south? You know, I think I'm going to...
Yeah, but I mean, right now, it really looks like what they want to, the sort of the way the Russians are attacking here, they're basically, because US side comes in from the south side, and what do the Russians do? They go in on the south side.
Yep.
They're like, okay, we're gonna go where you are, and be super duper aggressive, stop them from deploying any kind of hab or fob, and they've been unable to do so. But the hab is outside,
Yes.
which makes it really vulnerable to vehicles.
And we are going to see, I believe, Mumbarine's Moldy just on the south side. He would easily be able to see that hab as well. That hab is not lower than the actual walls itself. It's actually just a bit taller. So
Yeah.
it's not a natural structure of the storage.
No, but you, I don't know, you'll notice. Yeah, you'll definitely notice if you can see it there. But right now, with Fear Academy in the deep southeast there, and Mumbarine's just in the thick of it, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to stabilize very much. RIP now have 2 guys alive on flag.
Yeah, I'm holding south of the radio.
I mean, they're going to be able to slow down the cap, I
Yeah.
guess. So I don't think anyone's really capping right now. Maybe RIPR.
Yeah, I'm just wondering on Alpha 7. Alpha 7, we have 3 American vehicles of Rusty in places. I think they're trying to sort of have an overlook position, but I'm unsure what those vehicles of that mechanized squad is happening on Alpha 7. It is so far away from the storage itself. Even through my mind, I'm trying to understand what's happening here. But on the south side of storage here, Fear Academy are okay on the south western side, but it's all hands on deck for the Mumbarines and this Rusty in places squad happening here.
Alpha 7?
Alpha 7, A7, so roundabout sort of northwest of your location.
That's... Oh, wow. Yeah, now I see them.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's super duper far away.
it is indeed sort of super duper far away. Redcoats up towards the northwestern region of storage side at the moment.
But this might have been sort of a reaction, or it's not even a maybe about it. This is a reaction to last round. I think what they're doing now is they're waiting until the enemy vehicles have been spotted. If you check your map, there might be some markers on.
Yeah, that we are going to see now. They are now starting to push in east.
As a collective force,
Yep.
yeah, on the markers.
Yeah,
They
that is
basically want actual intel before they go in.
yeah. South side, we are seeing more or less a fight happening there. Mumbarines now pushing up very close to that sort of hab. But on the northern side here, it's all about sort of the Redcoats fighting off the Rusty in places here and vice versa. I will be sort of switching sort of our west very shortly. I think we are going to see the 3 mechanized squads of Rusty in places come under contact very shortly with a couple of the Russian vehicles.
Right there, correct mark.
Yep. They haven't spotted over there though. That's the thing. Or they were spotted on the
look now, wow, look at this. Old Man Bring Death now sort of starting to support.
One guy coming in too early, and there's no use trying to escape from that. You back up way too slow. That's the problem. And if they're going to come in one by one, they're going to die.
Yeah, that's what, you know, we do see P-Run and Black Panther here cresting at the moment. Maybe even drawing in. We'll see what they're doing. I think they are drawing in, but Jarl doesn't have his turret directly to his 6.
Play there. Allowing the Russians to just sit still. And I don't think this guy's gonna survive. He's too slow right now.
Wow. So yeah, just going in a bit too early there. And it looks like we are going to get a singled out striker as well.
I don't think that one's gonna... Oh, he might make it.
Yeah,
he's gonna make it.
He'll eventually sort of start, but he is on fire. And it all depends on what the situation. No, it looks like Old Man Bring Death here aren't going to sort of pursue it. See, that's a conserving of tickets there. Not looking to pursue.
It was hit a little bit. That's the thing.
Yep.
So you don't want to risk. That's your sort of main battle wagon right there.
Yep. Yeah, you know, 40 tickets are, of course, there for that sort of Russian vehicle. Even though you possibly see that striker, you know, on fire, you have to have that sort of instinct. Am I going to get ambushed? I'm positive there was another striker out there. Am I going to get ambushed? An Old Man Bring Death there. They know they're not going to pursue it. They're just going to let him go away and go about their day, and then, you know, fight for a sort of another day here. It looks like the Redcoats sort of placing a hab up towards this sort of northwestern region of the storage site here, and just down over on the south side, that hab has disappeared. Gonski's for the Rusty in places. Whole south side now under the control of the Russian forces, Fear Academy and Mumble Marines. Devastating blow for Rusty in places here.
Yeah, that FOB going down is going to limit their supply. Now it's all about RIP's ability to redrop and resupply an FOB before this force gets beaten.
Yeah.
Because if these guys die, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, well, we are looking at, you know, the northern forces here for Rusty in places up against the northwestern forces of Redcoats here, but to their south, they're going to get hit really hard from Mumble Marines now pushing up. Fear Academy are just going to stay on that sort of south side, so you are going to see a bit of a pincer movement happening here for the Russian forces. And we are and for Rusty in places, they have placed another hab and fob on Central Novo. But
yeah, but that's just... I feel like that's smart. You should do that even if you're winning this flag.
Yep.
But right now, I mean, and again, like sort of Fear Academy and Mumble Marines, after finding that hab, they immediately fanned out and looked for the FOB, took that out as well. And right now, I don't know about like where RIP have FOBs. Do they have multiple locations?
No. So the only locations for FOBs are East Side Airfield and South Side Central Novo. In terms of the storage site, nada. We have none located there. We actually have one that hasn't been activated yet. It is located in that warehouse just on sort of Baker and...
They're taking our rallies down, we're fucked.
Yeah.
A faker in everyone's body, but we are going to see that pincer move there from Mumble Marines coming up that sort of south side. We are going to see Rusty in places.
Oh, wow. And this is sort of like a situation where you'd really like to have ammo as well as RIP. Because huge amounts of infantry coming in, and quite gathered as well. Grenades would be extremely effective here in defense.
A really smart move here from the Russian forces, placing ladders on the outside. You know, there are only 2 ways into the northern side compounds, but also using the ladders there just for little sneaky shots. And even
Yeah,
even
I think
BTR's
I'm
coming
down as
in
well.
for a bit of suppressive fire.
I'm down, we're getting fucked. There's nothing we can do.
Wow, we are going to see Bobley Swagger. He's coming on in. He's actually just resupplied the fob on the north side storage, but it's not enough. We see Mumblerine's already coming in, and a large
Yeah,
if not,
there's dead.
yeah,
There's no more RIP alive on this flag. So let's just like 2 minutes too late.
yeah,
Pretty much.
just a
Central
little.
Nova is then guys.
Yeah.
Central Nova.
2 minutes too late. Like if this was 2 minutes ago,
Spread out.
a flood of RIP members would really do good. But right now it's just
My squad will
not
take northeast
gonna
of Central
not
Nova.
gonna matter. FOB already going down.
Yep.
Cola and the Scout. There we go. That's another 20 tickets.
West.
And there's already a 100 ticket difference after what 14 and a half minutes played, 13 and a half minutes played.
Yeah, I don't actually have the ticket counter for the Russian forces.
Well, we are
yeah.
at 442 for Russian side.
Yeah, 442, 331 here for the United States
and the
Army.
kill difference is 71 to 30 in favor of Russian ground forces. So a 2-to-1 and a little bit majority here. Which is kind of what we saw last round as well. Just the shooters of Mumblerines and Fear Academy, Redcoats as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Redcoats
as well.
Yeah. Redcoats not that fresh this round, but I think they maybe had the shit job of being up north. Whereas FA and Mumblerines are doing really well.
Yeah, so Russian ground forces now neutralizing Story site. Gek, we do have another fob for Rusty in places on Delta 7 keypad 1. A transporter truck has just dropped a couple of guys off. A fob has been placed there. I'm sure that will get activated very soon. But I think for that squad there, that's sort of heading out that western side now. I think what they're going to do is probably start placing fobs around just to get them activated and habs sort of build up. But again, Rusty in places on the back foot. They're on the back foot, just like in round one here. They're going to stay around sort of central Novo area. A lot of heavy forces out on the western side, or northwestern side of central Novo, and sort of a more or less small force out on the northwestern side of central Novo.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like Central Novo though
All
much
squads. I'm gonna need
more
one person to join my
defensible
squad on the rally. Just anyone
because
from the squad.
you do have some elevation you can look from,
my
as
rally,
well
I'll
as
go
if
pumping down inside.
Russians decide to put vehicles in there, that's vehicle suicide pretty much. Those tight quarters right there, that's like driving a vehicle through storage. You're not going to do that, and you can't really shoot in either. There's too many fences and things like so. In that sense, despite the Russians now having sort of a vehicle dominance, it's not going to help them much.
Yeah, and like sort of as you said, sort of the start of the assault and sort of storage. He said, they've placed a fob in the open of basically northside storage. It's actually very smart to in essence do this. If you have a fob in the open, it's a lot more easier to protect.
And right now with version 9 and not needing to spawn on the fob, having a hidden fob is, I mean, it can be effective, but generally it's detrimental. Like, I've also seen FOB placements on top of the silos, because that way you can have vehicles quite far away just sniping away at anyone digging.
Yeah. Well, again, you know, we are going to see sort of like in round one, American forces did this, and now the Russian forces are doing this. Of course, being vice versa, but the pillboxes, good old MG nests, are happening up on the top of the silo regions.
Well, yeah, it's technically the same side building the silos.
Yeah.
Yep. Storage site.
The idea is the same.
Idea is exactly the same. Just pointed out towards Central Novo. And,
yeah, just be a pest.
And look at this. We do have Old Man Bring Death all stocked up in a BTR hit.
Hang on, Battleborn just made an amazing shot. I'm pretty sure that was Battleborn. He just shot Dominator from the silo. That's like a 300-meter shot. And I just want to make I want to see if he has optics.
Suicide run here from Mumblerines. Happening on the west side.
There is a BTO.
Yeah.
There is a 30
Oh my goodness, yeah.
pushing to the.
That's
Charlie 7.
Youch. Again, you know, as sort of stated in round 1, Mumbarines have the a clear intention or an objective to be the sort of attacking force there. You're looking at what, 2, 4, 6 down, 7 down or so, 2 still left alive there.
Here's the thing, right? With the sort of kill advantage that squad has, they can have 4 more squad wipes before they are on an even kill death ratio, which is that's pretty intense. To put it that way.
Alright, sort of, I'll have a look at the map now just to see what's happening. On Delta 9, Gek, keypad 7, we have 2 strikers, if I'm not mistaken, basically on the hilltops there. Squad 5 was located out towards Charlie 6, keypad 3 as well. Which I
They
believe
have
is a
been
bit of a
spotted
wipe.
and marked as well.
Yeah, go, mate.
Those strikers, and I think 30 mil is trying to snipe them, but I think the 30 millimeter just...
Yeah, he's getting hits. He's getting hits.
Hits at a distance. I thought he was his.
Oh! Holy shizen!
That is ridiculous.
That is some beautiful sniping happening there. I'm gonna see if I can actually see where.
And now has a. Wow. And is he gonna get this guy too? He needs to run. Oh,
Wow! My God! Double trouble. Yeah, a bit.
Tickets for nothing.
Yeah, a bit of happening there. Now I see where they're located, just in those trees there. Beautiful. Again, Old Man Bring Death in the mechanized squad. Mechanized squad for the Russian forces. Wow.
Yeah.
And we do have
Lempo and Sheeran right there, I think, in the 82A. No, it was not.
Marking a position.
Who's in the 82A?
That's towards the northwest point.
we are going to see a bit of a squad 4 here for Rusty in Places out on the western side.
It's 3 BTR on my position.
Staying down and out in a sense.
We have no armor.
Yeah, it was actually Hotafiskar and Tushman there on the 82A, taking out those strikers long distance. That's really, really impressive shooting by
That's some
Hotar.
beautiful shooting. That's a decent ways as well in terms of that shooting.
Yeah, and as well, just hitting auto fire and keeping the reticle on those at that distance. That's and 70 tickets, just securing that for the Russian side.
Yeah, so
in
America.
such a short amount of time.
Yeah, so Americans now down to 200 even tickets. How's the Russian forces doing over there?
434. So they have now established a 238 ticket advantage.
Wow.
Oh, now losing a little bit there, but still a solid advantage. I think the US side just lost an FOB somewhere.
Yeah, we are also looking at the Russian forces, if I'm not mistaken. Nordics crew heading up towards the deep sort of north of Central Novo. Maybe even thinking about hitting maybe northeastern side of Central Novo. So just doing a famous Nordic flank or Mumbarines flank there. But I do believe that Rusty in Places Baby James has heard the truck, and that's going to be just out towards his east.
Oh yeah, he's definitely heard that truck. He's even moving towards it.
He's even squad
I do
lead.
know that those rocks over there is a common FOB position, and then you place the hab somewhere in the woods, just below the sort of crest. So you have to be quite close to it from the northeast to spot it. And it's quite a decent position to sort of move into Central Novo, simply because of all these bushes and trees give you cover. It's not a bad flank, but the fact that we have scouts out just sort of denies it right away.
Yeah, well, a large amount of the force of Rusty in Places are located on the western side of Central Novo, basically up towards, Foxtrot 7 keypad 1 all the way down to like Foxtrot 8 keypad 9, sort of deep south there. And I guess the weak spot on Central Novo is the eastern side in a sense.
Yeah,
there's only scattered forces
they need
out
to
there.
Displace. They absolutely need to displace. You cannot allow them to be able to get into the buildings, because that's where Mumbarines, sort of those close quarter battles, that's where the Mumbarines really, really shine. And you want to give them an open field to cross.
Yeah.
And you want to give them enemies from multiple angles. You want to basically deny them the entry. But right now it looks like they're going to be able to make it.
Yeah, we are going to see sort of Blake Maker, I think his name is, if I'm not mistaken. Rusty in places. He's going to come into direct contact with Mummarines here. What will Mummarines do? Will they put a bit of a chloroform on him and knock him out instead of killing him, or
I
to sort of get that sneak attack?
Yeah, I think he's just gonna get Full Metal Jacket right to the face, and that'll be it. They are actually. I'm 99% sure they've spotted him though, because they're sneaky right now.
Yeah.
And I think they're just waiting, hoping he'll move away. Oh, now
there's
they've
the
been
shots.
spotted.
Yeah. That's going to take that down there. Just seeing if squad comms will be coming in very shortly. We are going to see Donald Trumpet and Bernie now move out towards that sort of side. And sort of get that sort of located and notched. He's going to be moving out east as well.
Hotel 8.
Yes, and a squad has been located, Hotel 8, which is going to be...
If you take over here, I'll pull my squad back.
Hotel 8 is going to be the Nordic squad coming in from there.
Hang on, I think I saw the most beautiful LAT. I just don't know who fired it. I could be wrong. I think someone shot a transport truck from an extreme distance. We're talking 300-meter LAT. Never mind.
We just disarmed a lodge truck in.
All right, so Mummarines are
65.
pushing in here on the east side.
Yep, east side, Mummarines now going to start to push in. We only have scattered Rusty in places over on that side.
Yeah,
so
and they've made it to the compounds. This road is going to have to be where you stop them. If you're going to stop them, it's got to be there, man. Yep. And they're now trading shots. Ooh, Deceptus taking out Bernie here on the south. Donald Trumper going down as well.
You got it.
Oh, and now, yeah, now a striker's here. Just to stop him there. He's really best off just moving down this road somewhere and just covering access to this road.
Frog, hold your spawn. Get your guys to join my squad.
Oh, we are going to see
Oh my God!
the BTR. He was ready.
Oh, beautiful jump though.
Sure, fuck this, you like in a motor.
Wow.
9 out of 10 on the landing.
Wow, that's going to take the Americans down to 132 tickets there. 132
Yeah.
tickets.
I mean, despite them trying to conserve these vehicles, they have yet to kill any Russian vehicles, and they have lost. That is their 4th or 5th vehicle.
Yeah, Bobley Swagger now going down there in that sort of Logi truck. We are going to see, you know, everyone's shifting from west to east. Everyone on Rusty in place on Central Nova is shifting from west to east to basically counter the Mumbarines. But what's happening on east now? Fear Academy is now coming in. Ah, my dear,
And they haven't spotted, but I mean, right now, RIP extremely displaced. They are actually sort of on the south central side here.
Yeah.
The ones who are alive. But I think that's due to the hab placement. I'm unsure where the hab is on Central Nova here.
Central Nova, it is located just north of your position, direct north of your position, and I'll tell you 3, 2, 1 to your left.
I'll see it. I'll see it. There you go.
There you go.
So I'm guessing this sort of the reason they're on the south side here is a natural sort of response to the hab placement. They're just moving with cover to one side, possibly. Crossing the road and then just following the fence down there, but they are completely out of position. Fear Academy here could just waltz right into flag.
And that's what they're doing at the moment. Fear Academy a bit spread out here, and they're just doing it cautiously to get in sort of in that side there. Rusty in places shifting all their momentum over towards the sort of southeast and northeast sort of section of Central Nova, and a bit of a bullet penetration happening here.
Yeah.
A bit of ASEAN. Oh, he gets him down. Beautiful shot there on O Peanut.
I'm on their repair points.
Oh, Nasty now ready again.
He's going again. Oh!
Grenade got him. Nordic though watching that north side. Gonorrhea passing him on the north. Crunch as well. Not really seeing Nordic to the south here. He has the oh wow, there he goes down. But he has a little bit of good positioning, sort of. Not being spotted there in the midst of enemies.
Yeah, Fear Academy are just going to take it very cautious here, I think, on that western side, not do a deep push. I think they're just going to take it easy and just allow sort of how the Mumbarines go in that sort of eastern area, and Fear Academy on that western side. We are sort of seeing some scattered Rusty in places over on Foxtrot 6 keypads 4-5 sort of area, and also even northern side of storage as well.
Yep, they have been spotted and marked though. Blitz actually already been killed there.
Pushing northeast from there.
So they want to push in there, and they are coming around sort of those 50 cals, I guess is their goal. But now Lempuenschilen coming up on their west side here, and they are in the open. And Lempuenschilen are looking that way. The elevation here preventing them from firing though. Turning off the engine, really smart move there. Just trying to hide in plain sight.
Yeah,
Right,
keep it
second wave of
quiet.
attackers coming in northeast.
Yeah, so
of
Winsky on that
Central
northern side, he has
7,
sort of
keep at
spotted that
6.
fob, and that's why he's sort of sticking there. That's a Redcoat sort of tactic there, placing that fob in the open because they've got the height advantage. And you know, if you see that fob going down and that red sort of happening, you know someone's on it. So it's sort of an easy GL, LAT, ACOG sort of fire on it even.
I wonder though, on that bunker, would you be better off placing maybe one of those, just the seated 50 cal where you can shoot in any direction, and then further down on the silo, just building walls for it. That way it can look over. This is getting very meta and technical. But
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. But very very smart move here from Redcoat, sort of placing those MGs up in there and suppressing over all the way over in sort of central Novo.
Yeah.
But even look at Winsky.
On the FOB, yeah.
Yeah.
He is pants are being shat right now. With that, he's just sitting on it. And what is going on Central? We do have, ooh, wow. FA now having pushed in and established themselves on the flag here with 5 guys in and around flag, and Mumblerine still trying to push on the west side.
Yeah, pushing over now.
East side, sorry.
Yeah, so just on the western side, we are gonna say as exactly what you said. You know, Fear Academy now sort of pushing in sort of together more or less. And they have Rusty in Places now sort of stated the hab on Central Novo is hot because Bill Santa is inside. He's having a nice little Turkish kebab there. He's going to keep that sort of...
Yeah, Crunch coming up close there though. And is he going to be able to make it in and clear that out? Throws a grenade, but that's not going to do much. Oh, Pete.
Oh
Pete
no, it's reloading.
Oh, there we go.
Bill Santer should know better, but yeah, reloading.
Aspen clearing out the FOB here. RIP once again spawning in.
MVP it's still left alive. Mr. Shambo as well for Fear Academy is still left alive.
Yeah. So they now need to just take out the entirety of RIP and they'll be golden. Aspen now gonna get shot in the back.
Yep.
One more close. Could be in the shed.
Doing the right thing.
In the shed.
But Chewy and Peanut now knows there's someone over there.
No, there's another.
Well, let's see. Mumblerine still trying to push, but getting stopped over there. Massive RIP force on the east, just stopping him.
Smart move here from the Deceptious as well, on top of this little warehouse area. He's getting a couple of the sniping kills from that sort of AR scope. That's going to allow sort of the Mumbarines to sort of push in.
Yeah, and let's just count the tickets right now. It's 385 for the Russian side to 52.
44 now. 52 now 44.
Yeah,
BTR
that,
to
and
the
and
south, guys, BTR
Fear
to the
Academy
south.
now pushing on the
South of
south
Nova.
side here. I think they're close to or have found the FOB.
Yeah, that's more or less correct. The FOB would be probably around about northeast of their sort of position.
All right.
But yeah, they're quite close to it, and they do have, of course, the mechanized support there from Old Man Bring Death to sort of help them out when need to. Sort of having a look over on sort of
We have got a
storage.
lot of enemy coming.
We still have, I think, Winsky up there, if I'm not mistaken, but
Keypad 6 moving in south.
Yeah, not much happening.
yeah. Everything is basically a consolidation of
One of
forces
these
from Rusty in
Rosses you
places
lost
around the
was
sort
your
of Central
right
Nova
foot in
area.
Fox.
We have Fear Academy pushing in the sort of south side. They are pushing in the west side as well. And Mumbarines more or less, coming over when they can on that sort of eastern
Just get
side.
penned down from
So
all angles.
Yeah, they are getting momentum now. I would say, looking at just the amount of RIP down, they should be able to cross that road. And if they do, they're in.
yeah, one of the squad leaders for Rusty in places there just stating we are being pinned down from all angles. And yeah, I would sort of agree there. Sort of Rusty in places.
Yeah, spawning in that hab area right now is not gonna give you a lot of options.
Yep.
And with FA closing in on one side and the other, they're
Yeah,
coming
so
in south and east. Mumblerines on the south and west, and Mumblerines on the east.
Yep.
And 34 tickets now remaining. This is not going to take very long.
Yeah, Mumbarines aren't so far away now from that sort of eastern side. They have a couple of Rusty places to sort of deal with, but yeah, Fear Academy now sort of going to do the bit of a cleanup squad on that sort of western to south side of the Central Nova and that Hab sort of region. Yeah. We are going to see even the good old BTR happening out on that sort of southeast side.
I mean, there's very, very little you can do at this point. I generally say, like, when you see the enemy, or when you see one of the sides, so no one's my enemy, but when you see one of the sides as localized as RIP is now, that means they have a severe problem, right?
Yep.
They cannot escape their spawn point. And
Yeah.
they're super duper localized now. They're basically in 2 or 3 buildings in a very, very small square space area, sort of. And that just, yeah, that's the beginning of the end, or a good sign that the end.
Yeah,
is
and that Hab is getting it's getting covered. It's getting
Yeah.
peppered where it sort of can. South side, close quarter combats with Fear Academy. South side Fear Academy now down. But the western side's sort of still up, more or less.
Still up to
Yeah,
southwest.
and as soon as notice this by Soda and Melambrud there, as soon as they lost infantry support for that BTR, they were out of there.
They were out of there. They were actually getting more or less flanked by Frog and Aiko, which I believe are both. Actually, Aiko there from Rusty in place on that sort of south side was LAT, and Frog was sort of squad leader. But yeah, you know that's what you call conserving tickets. Get out of there. I don't have the protection around me.
Yeah, I don't have those
and
eyes, and I don't have those sort of, yeah, you just want that little buffer preventing you from being flanked, because you literally cannot see much to your side. I mean, you could keep your head on a swivel, you'd still not be able to cover everything. You need more eyes looking out for you.
Yeah, so we are down to 7 tickets now for Rusty in places for the American side.
So it's a 361 ticket lead right now.
Yeah, Mumbarine's still alive on that sort of eastern side as well.
Yeah.
And
Pushing it
it's
quite
really
slow.
it's all quiet on Rusty in places front as well. There has been more or less sort of communication sort of throughout the match, less than what we usually see sort of happen as well. A lot less.
Yeah, and the small force of RIP that was on the north side of storage as well is just down. There's no one there.
Yep.
They are all now basically on Central Novo here.
Yeah, Mumbarine's now pushing that
There we
east, and
go.
there we go. There we go.
Fuck's sake.
365 ticket win.
365.
Yeah.
Fix a game.
All right, and I might have to edit out some talking right now, but there we go. For the and there we go. So it's 160 to 79, so a near 2-to-1 kill death ratio. I felt like RIP really pulled it together for round 2, but that still wasn't enough.
No.
They changed it up and they tried to do something different.
Yeah, if we look at the sort of start of the round there, we saw, Rusty in Places sort of heading on the storage side, and that's a common sort of tactic we have in sort of YOAS, so...
Yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah, but we are then looking at that sort of far western side, that alpha line sort of push with the 3 sort of technicals there. So in essence, more or less, the ground forces of Rusty in Places had no cover. They had no long fired cover, and it was quite unfortunate as well for Rusty in Places to eventually sort of what their plan was to then push in east, head and really head off those northern Russian vehicles, but not pushing up as in the group it is intended, one cresting before the others and getting taken down, and that put them on the back foot there. It's strikers up against...
and as well as it's not only the fact that you're cresting early, you're telling the enemy where you're turning all turrets your way. There's so many things that come as a consequence of one vehicle coming up early there. And another, like, basically it's just their tactics were, again, I'd say solid. They did for the most part mitigate or lessen the damage that the enemy was doing as much as possible, but their individual player performance, as well as because they did have a 2-to-1 kill advantage, but also sort of the vehicle maneuvers and the general smaller scale tactics, I would say, were lacking there for RIP. They didn't have the maneuvers. They didn't have because RIP the coalition completely demolished with the Russian side.
Yes.
And they still managed to dominate with the US side as well.
Yep. Yeah, 100% there. So in terms of like tactics, sort of, we see sort of Rusty in Places as a sort of tactical, sort of as you sort of said in previous weeks, it's sort of that sort of tactical squad. But in terms of the personal performance wise and getting the kills there, it's not up there in terms of the coalition sort of side. Marines, RedCoats, Fear Academy, and Old Man Bring Death. Old Man Bring Death were just on fire this evening with the mechanized squads. Even of course, Marines always going in for the attack. Eventually starting that attack in that round 2 on that eastern side, pushing of Rusty in Places over there. Eventually, Fear Academy coming on the western side. Over time, and in Redcoats sort of very, very smart as well, placing that sort of fob in the middle of the field to the north of the storage site, because
in the open,
if you do that, of course, if anyone's going to be taking it down, a GL, LAT, you name it, can take that person down or that squad down in no time. So a really smart sort of move there from Redcoats, and also protecting that northern side of storage, using the elevation of the silos as well, with the MG Nest. My God, it's
a lot of the time I've seen it placed even closer to the wall. I'm not saying next to the wall, but like within, let's say 10 meters of the wall, because then you can have infantry on the other side of the wall just throwing hand grenades at it.
Yeah,
that'll be enough, right? With the way it was placed now, it's sort of out of hand grenade range.
Yeah, but no, very, very decent sort of Tactical Tuesdays this evening. Unfortunately, Rusty in Places going down both rounds, and we are looking at a large amount of tickets as well. I think 290 tickets the round 1, and what was round 2?
290 and 260. No, 361. I'm pretty sure, at least.
Yeah,
so it's like 600 tickets.
Yeah,
650 tickets roughly.
So 600 tickets there. The coalition too aggressive for Rusty in Places this evening. That concludes Tactical Tuesdays round 2. Hope you like it. This has been Saint Saucius. Geck over there, man.
Yep.
He's a natural in play. We'll see you next time, either on Sunday or on next Tuesday. Stay with us. Take it easy.
Yep.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.